Jai Mata, Jai Bhagavan. On this day, it's my duty to analyze some few points with the grace of my beloved Guru, Puja Sri Bhagavan. Whenever we have some elderly person at home, for instance, father or mother, and the children after marriage they go off, then some function happens towards for their children. That's my grandchildren's function or somebody's function. To invite or give to invitation to those functions by the grandchildren, by the children towards father, little varies. The children are thinking that after all is my father. I can tell him at any time many things I need not tell him. Even at the last time I can tell him he can come. They are thinking that it is the duty of the parent or duty of father, etc. So at this particular point, you have to analyze. If they want to give invitation, I mean the children, to their friends or to their relatives, they put a list, and even one they miss, they feel miserable, and then they may have a quarrel between husband and wife. That is the importance they give. Whereas they don't bother. But inside the feeling of the parent is the children are not attaching much importance. Much importance in the sense, many things in it. Children are thinking it's okay after all his father. That word after all is making a great thing. They should always have in their mind the seriousness what they show to others, they should also show to their own parent. That's what the parent expects. But you can ask, as a parent, they should not feel about all these things. Exactly, you are correct. But if you see what's happening in social life between parent and children with regards to the jewels exchange or properties exchange or changing the property from parent name to children name or fixed deposits, all these things are taken very seriously by the children. They want that. But some father, without even asking by the children, whatever they have, if they fully give and totally wait for their monthly payment, it's a painful situation for their parent inside their mind and heart. That the children should understand, accordingly, they should act. Under no circumstances, the totally given up by the father has to be taken care of. One thing. Why I am insisting this is the ethics, the methods, the sampradaya. What is the sampradaya of pratishta making in temple? A small question I am asking to you people. In temple, no God speaks to you. In temple, no God asks you anything. In temple, God keeps quiet. Whether you do alangara or puja or nothing, simply keep quiet. The same way is the parent. But because the God is not asking anything, will you stop doing alangara? Take for instance Tirupati. Take for instance Padani. Take for instance any Amman temple, any temple. No god or no goddess will come and ask you why you have not done this function, why you have not doing this alangara, why you have done this alangara very bad, why you have done this puja is not so good, I look at all those things. Never speaks. But they want to carry on in spite of the god and gods keeping quiet. Why? Either they may have fear, or the duty of them as per the Hinduism urges them to carry on. The same way, the duty of the parent and children has to be understood very well. Especially parents understands, that is why he makes or they make lot of adjustments, whereas the children they don't adjust. They are particularly for a particular thing. I'm not emphasizing to almost all the people. Not 75% of the children are that way. I'm not blaming children. I'm not finding fault of the children. I'm just want to understand. The children should understand why our nature has failed, why our nature is giving calamities, why our nature is not cooperating with us. Once you do or once you go anything against the nature, the calamities will happen. The nature will react. But the nature will react not to the whole of the globe, because only in some portion of the globe these things are prevailing, because that is there, that particular circle of the globe has to have these thought of dharmas. That is why it expects. So dharma should prevail in a particular portion by a particular way which has been prescribed. Of course, you're all say you can say it's all human made. No, it's not human made. It's all superhuman made. That means avatar purushas. Like in Veda, people may say Veda has nothing to. Please kindly read a sentence in a Veda. One sentence in a Veda, if you try to analyze, it will reflect only the truth. Without truth, no sentence will be there in Veda. But you should have mind and thoughts and calmness to think and expand and explain yourself within yourself to understand the meaning. The Upanishads used to call that Upanishad will not be told to several people, but Veda can be told to several people. I mean, the Veda has been taken from the universe, and it was told by a particular saint or particular superhuman to their children. I mean the children Sishyas. There were no notes. They were not allowed to write on Volachudi. They have to listen. Smaranam. They must have it in their mind. Once the master comes out of the meditation, he will ask whatever he said, it has to be told back by these Sishyas. Then later he will ask them to write it on the Volachudi. That's what it was earlier. But here you may have more than 15 disciples or 20 disciples or 10 disciples. But the essence of Veda, having analyzed some of the points by the master in Veda script which he has asked the Sishyas to write it down, In those lines, some of the lines he will take and he will ask one or two disciples to sit in front of him, of course, without any writing. Only they have to listen. So, once again, the master will go into the meditation. Whenever I say go to the meditation or go to the dhyana, how many times if I say or explain about those particular aspect, many people cannot understand until and otherwise they go into the same situation. That means they should know about what is meditation, what is the deep meditation, etc., etc., and how to go to the space. After going to the space, how to go to the universe. After going to the universe, how to go to the dark space, and from dark space, how to come back once again and understand and analyze, etc., etc. It's not a very big subject, which has to be taught only by the master, and those things have been taught by the Veda. People may simply say Veda is nothing but a small book written by somebody X Y Z as Rig Veda, Atharvana Veda. It's all the latest stage. I'm talking about the initial stage of the growth or initial stage of the birth of the Veda. And now these two Sishyas will sit in front of the master, and master will reveal out some of the truths of those lines which he has found that importance to be explained for the world. Imagine whatever the thing said was only to the world to activate in those things. When he said for these two disciples alone, and when those two disciples take those things and later they'll have to reveal it to the master, then master will ask them to write it out. That is called Upanishad. So what's difference between Upanishad and Veda is at present stage, I would like to compare. The Upanishad is the affinity and affection between children and parent. The Veda is the affinity and affection between the world and the people. If the people doesn't understand or doesn't obey the Veda, you'll have to face the calamities. If the children doesn't understand the reality and the seriousness about father and mother and the elderly persons in their family, they'll have to face the calamities. When I say calamities, good or bad, you please analyze. So, if those things are not taken care of, then these calamities will reflect on the globe to a particular area because this pertaining to a particular subject or particular place. But you can't differentiate. It is also common for the entire world, but the people should take it. If the entire world is not agreed to take, at least one section or one part of the globe is prepared to accept it. If that particular part of the globe accepts it, and if it goes as per the Veda or as per the world's ethics, then that particular area will be good. And other area need not to be dismantled because other areas they have their own masters and they will obey their masters as per their instruction, they will carry on. And so the situation of the places of various globes differs as you have the difference in languages. And hence, I insist, at least in our South India or in our India, people should follow the ethics of the preachings by the very old people. That we call it as a tradition, that we call it as a culture. So, cultural value, traditional value is the global value or the particular section of the globe value. I request our Indians to follow the principles very carefully, give respect to the elderly persons, and then take care of their advices. Don't ignore their advices. Those are all very much important to carry on your life. Don't think that present scientific development will develop you. No, the present Scientific development will diminish you, will destroy you. For example, the latest development, artificial intelligence. On account of this, you don't know how many people are going to be without work. If you don't have work and if you are not paid for that work as in the form of money, then there will be theft, there will be murder, there will be other activities. So you cannot control the people because they need food. For the food, they need money. And so all these things are going to happen. So please be careful about the artificial intelligence. Your intelligence is more than sufficient. The artificial intelligence has been created only by using the present intelligence. And so, which intelligence is the best? The present intelligence, what people possess, is very much good and very good. Please keep up the present intelligence. We don't want the artificial intelligence. Jai Mata, Jai Bhagavan.